As a general rule, in a moderate to heavily losing lane, such as melee versus ranged, you don't want the wave to push. Against champions that are particularly strong early, like Lucian mid, Kalista top, or Caitlyn bot, if you push and they freeze the wave, they can win trades despite the minion advantage and keep the freeze indefinitely, making it impossible for you to farm. In this clip, the Shy is playing his famous Kalista top, and Irelia's wave is pushing away from her after trading 1-for-1 with the jungler. Irelia takes a bad trade, and now the wave is in a lose-lose situation, because it's pushing towards Kalista, and Irelia will be zoned away from experience. Irelia can wait for a few minutes for the wave to push back to her and go down 20 CS, try to fight Kalista for the wave control back, or call for her jungler to come and help crash and reset the wave. She opts to continue trying to contest the wave, and makes the situation worse, getting even lower and pushing more. Now at this point, with no teleport, the lane is completely over. Irelia can't possibly fight Kalista for the wave at this health, and it's pushing away from her, so she'll be unable to get experience or gold for a few minutes. The only way to remedy this situation is for Irelia to call her jungler to help push the wave in and reset it under tower. The Shy pushes his advantage and cleans Irelia up with a nice flash combo to decisively win the lane. Even if Irelia didn't die here, the wave would have been in an uncontestable position and been frozen indefinitely. Firstly, you want the wave either equal or pushing towards you so you can avoid a freeze. Many Challenger 1 tricks write guides and have matchup advice in them that gives advice on whether you should push or concede at level 1. By watching how Challenger 1 tricks play the matchups, you can also learn what levels you're stronger and can trade, and how junglers influence the matchup. While matchups don't tend to have a significant impact until Diamond Plus, I would still take note of how to play them properly, so you don't build bad habits and have to unlearn them later. The second thing is pretending to go for last hits to bait spells and then dodge them. Don't make the path and timing of your last hits obvious. In this example, Zed is going to last hit this minion. Lissandra is in trading stance, ready to trade. Zed knows Lissandra is trying to trade when he goes to the last hit, so he pretends to go for the minion, dodges it, and gets the minion without taking damage. By conserving health through dodging and sacrificing a few minions now, it'll make future last hitting easier because they're going to run out of mana to pressure you. Be patient and avoid taking bad trades to get one minion that will chunk you and make you too low for your level 3 power spike. By spellbaiting and positioning so that the opponent has to cast their harassment through the minion wave, the faster it'll push, reducing the size of their stacked wave. The smaller the wave that crashes, the less time the opponent has to harass you under tower, get deep vision or roam, or get a recall off. Pressure your opponent. Even if you're losing, you shouldn't just stand back and let the opponent control the wave without pressuring them. As long as the wave is pushing towards you, use your auto attacks to reduce the size of the incoming wave if the opponent's giving you space, or if their spells are on cooldown. Using auto attacks to thin out the wave is easier on ranged champions, but just as important on melee champions. You only need to be a bit more cautious about getting hit by enemy spells. Pressure the opponent by spell baiting at max range, which gives you a window to reduce the size of the wave or cooldown punish while their spells are down. There's a very large difference between conceding minions with and without baiting spellcasts, because burning their mana pool directly reduces their kill potential in you. For any champion you play, you need to be aware of both yours and your opponent's power spikes, and be healthy enough to act on them. For most melee champions, this is level 3 when you get access to all your spells. In this example, Zed is played quite respectfully. He's baited spells and dodged them, and is nabbing minions whenever he'll only take an auto attack or two in return. As a result, his health is still high, and he has enough potions to stay in lane until level 6 if he really wanted to. But now that he's level 3 and hit his power spike, he's in a position to play more aggressively and use trading principles such as trading stance or level breakpoint all-ins to contest the lane. He pretends to go for this last hit, but instead goes for a trade, dodging the Q and then the bubble, knowing that Zoe's going to throw it. After swapping to his shadow, he gets a big chunk, and with the potion advantage is now in a prime position to win the lane. final concept for losing lanes is to sacrifice health for the wave. In this matchup, Akali's forced to take a lot of harass from Orianna every time she goes for last hits. However, there's a technique you can use if you're planning to recall. As long as they can't all in and kill you at that instant, it doesn't matter that you leave the lane on low health. When your minion wave arrives, you can trade all your remaining health to dump all your spells on the wave and create a large minion advantage that they can't fight against, and then recall. Showmaker has clearly been getting the worst end on trades, but as soon as a minion wave arrives, he face tanks Orianna's harassment and pushes a minion wave in. Since Orianna didn't thin out the wave properly, she can't fight through the incoming minions, and the trade leads she built don't amount to anything. Remember, every bit of resource matters in a losing lane. One minion can be the difference between purchasing an item component or not. One spell can be the difference between being able to stay in lane for one more wave, or the opponent having enough mana to kill you. Many players only focus on learning how to push their leads and just chain feed or play impatiently when behind. Instead, master these concepts and turn losing matchups into winning ones. Thanks for watching, and if this video helped you out, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.